Hello everyone and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, we have got a job here that is to somewhere in the UK we have not been to before. There's actually a couple of jobs from Liverpool. These are normal freight contracts. I have not checked the other contracts, but I think this is a good one. It's 22 tons, which is pretty heavy, but I think we can manage it. Right, how do I get rid of that again? I think it's that. Perfect. And then, my seat... No, my seat's alright. I felt for a second like my actual seat was a bit wrong. So let's get those lights on. Oh, the parking brake was off. It's because I had to disable some mods because there's just been an update to the game. And disabling the mods did mean that it wanted me to move. I had to do a quick travel, which was weird because I was already in Liverpool. So I didn't actually need to quick travel, it just made me do it. So, oh, sorry, we're not going in there, we're not going in there. I want to try and do this job nice and quickly today, because the last two videos have been a little longer than I'd like, and I'm actually late with this video. So I'm recording it on Friday at almost 2 o'clock my time, and it should be released at 5 o'clock my time, and I've still got to edit it. So we'll try and be as quick as I can. We've only got, well, we've got a few different options. And which one have we got selected? Go to the end. We'll take that one. Yes. And we will take the job. So, our trailer is going to be one of these over here. Here we go. This is us. So, line ourselves up. Not very well, but good enough that I can at least see out of the mirror. And today, because I'm recording in the day, the cats are asleep, which means they're not going to be hassling me, and I'm not going to have to talk about the cats the whole episode. Why is that happening? Am I not very well lined up? Or do I need to drop the truck? No, it just wasn't very well lined up. Now, I believe if I go outside view, I think this trailer is a lift. Right, let me quickly check how I lift the axle because I don't remember. Okay, I believe it should be axle lift failed, connected trailer too heavy. Okay, so I was hoping that I could get... Oops, flick myself out of automatic. I was hoping that I could maybe lift the trailer when I'm in the town to give me a little bit more manoeuvrability, and then once we get onto the motorway we could drop it, but that's not going to happen. So we'll get ourselves out of here. We are going to be going right at the roundabout, but I'm going to straddle both lanes, I think. Just keep an eye on that car. Don't want to have an accident. I think I am going to need to straddle a little. There we go. Now turn off. There we go. And I just discovered, because the update, one of the updates that came with, one of the modifications in this update was that there's a DLC browser. And I had a quick look in the DLC browser, and it turns out there are a few DLCs I'm missing. I already knew I was missing Greece and one other map extension, but there's also a farm machinery DLC that I'm missing, so I need to get that. And there's going to be a crone machinery DLC coming out soon as well, so that'll be good. So yeah, I need to pick those up so we get a bit more variety in our work. Hopefully get some farming machinery while we're travelling the UK. Although I would expect more farm machinery would be coming into the UK than from it. But I don't know. That might just be a wild speculation. Now, in terms of time, we've got plenty of time until we need to rest, 10 hours, and the job is only expected to be 7 hours 44. And no damage to the truck, so that's great as well. 22 tons, this load is a little heavy. At the moment we're predicting 31 real-time minutes to do this. It did say 22. I'm not sure why it suddenly jumped up to 31. No, it said 25, but I would have preferred 25. Maybe it's because of the speed I'm doing. If I go faster, does the time change in trucky? That's the question. But anyway, we're over the crest of the hill. That hill was a bit of a struggle. We do need to see about getting ourselves a bigger truck. And I think I mentioned it last time about the possibility of having 2 trucks. One for heavy loads and one for normal loads. I did also look at the transmission that we've got on this truck to see if it was something to do with the transmission. I confess I'm an engineer, but I'm not a mechanic. I don't know what the ratios mean on the transmission. So it could be that those ratios are what's causing it, but I'm not certain. I just flicked him out of automatic a moment ago because he was in gear 12, but struggling to actually increase speed. Just drop him down to 10 to try and make that a bit better, and now just work our way through the gears slowly. There we go. So now we should be better. But he's instantly gone up to 14. Yeah, this is a heavy job. Oh, nice. Some more income. Good old Carla. We are looking clear on this side, so I can move over. Great stuff. We got enough fuel. We've got enough time to rest. Should be absolutely fine to just trundle along and get this job done. I may even time-lapse a little bit because, yeah, there's not much to see. Well, no, there's not much to talk about. There is plenty to see. There is scenery to look at. But there's not so much for me to talk about. We're starting again. I suppose that the next things we need to do in terms of money. Why are we earning money? Obviously, bigger truck would be great. And need to go through the truck browser really and see if there's a better truck available. Or at least at which level will we get a better truck available. And we want to pay off our loans. Obviously it's important we do that, but we managed to do that in the previous company when we were based in Hamburg. We were able to pay off the loans, so that should be fine. It's just a case of earning money and then paying it, but we've got to keep the money coming in. And how much is this job paying? Trucky gives me the price in euros. 17,000. That's not bad. 17,000 for a couple of hours work. Speed camera here, so So yeah, I am thinking that the reason we might be struggling with the speed, with the truck, is because this is a 16-speed gearbox. And I think it's just, there's not enough torque. I could be wrong. I need to do some investigating. Problem is I keep getting distracted and forgetting. But I need to do it. I need to actually investigate why that could be happening. Oops, don't go out of the lane. Because the other thing was that we could not get this truck to go faster than 56 last time. This time we're okay. We have managed to get over 56, but I don't know if that's just because we're going downhill. See, the engine brake is kicking in. Why? Ah! I think that's because of the adaptive cruise control. Which, I have to say, I think I'm going to turn off the sensors. We should be able to go right up behind someone at our own risk, rather than having the truck decide on its own. So I think I will flick that off at the end of the episode, because otherwise all that speed that we're working hard to build up is getting lost just because a car in front of us is apparently too close. Okay, we do need to move across. There you go. Because we don't want to go to Newcastle. We want to head up to beautiful Scotland. I'm very interested to know, I don't know, does anybody know, have there been any pictures of anything showing where Iceland will connect to? What will be the ferry routes? I would imagine there would be a ferry route from Scotland, but I'm not sure. I guess there'll be one from Scandinavia, but that would require the DLC, and they usually have their crossings in places where you don't have to have the DLC. Now I know that I am speeding, but I don't want to lose this speed that we worked so hard to get. Not completely, anyway. We're not getting a speed camera warning. We are now. We're in average speed camera territory. These are just pure British pain. Even in real life, I hate these. The guy on the side of me is going faster, so I am unable to move across. I'm going to have to stay in the middle lane. Funny thing is, usually when I see these in the UK, it's because we've gone down to 2 lanes or 1, and narrow lanes as well. Never seen one where all 3 lanes are still operational. But there we go. That's just ETS for you. We should be coming to the end. Oops. I was so aggressive then with my cruise control speed change that I managed to flick the camera. Right, can you please go past? Thank you. The cats and I are desperate. The cats in the cab, not the real ones. We're going to try and avoid talking about them. Okay, need to move out again. Probably shouldn't have bothered moving in. Yeah, the truck does seem to be doing better today. And I'm sure last time the load was actually a little bit lower. safe? Whoa, that wasn't safe. All over the shop. No, turn the indicator off. Come on. Drive properly, Jack. Goodness me. So we've not yet hit Scotland. That last junction was for Carlisle, I think. No, this junction is for Carlisle. Slow ourselves down nicely for that. Don't want to get caught. Oh. Ah. Okay, this is not what I wanted to do today. Where are we going to be diverted to? Let's get down here and we can check the map. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. So, let's see. Where can we go? Ah, diversions, diversions, diversions. I hate them. Huh. There is no other way. So, we are going to have to do that dodgy thing and bypass. Yeah, we're going to have to bypass the people, the emergency. Because I just don't have any other option. Now, I'm also going to block the lane because I'm going to do something a little dodgy. I'm going to do a U-turn by here to save some time. Oh, I thought I was far enough over to block you. I need to block both lanes. Good. Now I'm blocking, it seems. In fact, I think yes, so I did just take a little quick screenshot. Definitely not supposed to do this, but as you noticed, I did it anyway. I have to say, I'm a big fan of this trailer. I think it looks very nice. We don't often look at the trailers because they're boring, but this one is a very nice looking one. So, I've got no idea what they closed it for. Is there an emergency up here? Yes? No? Maybe? No, not that one. This one. Oh yeah, there's the helicopter again. Well, we could have actually used the services to get around, I think. Wow. Apparently I'm not the only one who had the same idea. I've never seen that before, I have to say. Right, cruise control back on. No? I don't have cruise control on. Now I do. Okay, so we must be very close to the Scottish border because we're now getting signs for Edinburgh and Glasgow. And we are not heading towards Edinburgh. As much as I do love it there, It is a beautiful city. I'm a big fan of Scotland, especially Edinburgh. Although last time I was in Scotland, I was going to the west. It was this year, and actually, our time spent in Edinburgh was literally just at the airport. Didn't get to go and spend any time in the town / city because it was World Whisky Month, and so everything in Edinburgh was super expensive. All the hotels, restaurants, all that kind of thing. It was really busy there. So we ended up having to stay near the airport. Little disappointing. But yeah, it's always nice to be in Scotland. Lots of rolling hills, beautiful countryside. Can't really go wrong. In terms of this episode, I am going to have to jump to a time lapse because otherwise it's going to be too long again. So let's go to the outside view and then I will jump to a time lapse as soon as I've done that. Let's get through this area here first, because it appears we've dropped to 50 and that means probably a speed camera. So I will bring up my mirrors. Now I do want both of them, and then let's go to a time lapse in a second. Well, that is the first time I've ever done that on camera. We have just made a very big mess. So, right, F7, visit services immediately, yes. View services and home, tow to service. Right, we're going to go to Edinburgh. This could completely scupper our plans for getting to delivery on time. So we're going to have to repair. Service. Oh, service recommendations. Wow. We caused a lot of damage. A lot. Right. We've basically just spent all of our money. That was not good. However, the only good thing is, because we got towed to Edinburgh, we are actually closer to our destination than we were before. Still got a lot of damage on the trailer and the product though. Oh, I did not want to actually unlock Edinburgh. This was not part of the plan. And I am being beeped at because my oil pressure is now okay. Well, I mean, I suppose it did have to happen at some point that I had an accident. So far, I've actually been quite good. I've only had, a couple of dings with other cars and things. Never a big Crash like that. Not on camera, anyway. And I know exactly what happened. There was a speed change from 60 to 50, and I saw it, but I saw it a little bit too late. So I put my brakes on too late, but trying to do that corner at 60 was the problem. Oh, no, you need to go. You can't sit there, buddy. Yeah, so doing that corner at 60 was not really an option. But that's my own fault. And that is the risk when doing time lapses, to be honest. Kind of take my eye off the ball just slightly. You know what? I'm feeling a little embarrassed about that, because that was not good. I will maybe put like a little slow-mo caption of that happening. So right, we move on. We are going to get less for this job now because I have damaged not just the trailer, but the cargo. We've got 4% damage on the cargo, 10% on the trailer. So yeah, there is going to be a little bit less money, and of course, we've now caused we've used pretty much all the money we had. We're still okay. Still, we've got enough money to pay the loan, but yeah, not. That was a big chunk of money to lose. That was also much faster than I should have done that. We now need to rest in 2 hours, and we've got 3 hours to go. How did that happen? Oh, I know exactly how it happened. It's because of the towing. The towing did not count as a brake, obviously. Right. I think I'm gonna be a bad driver and not a good role model. Not that I'm much of a role model anyway, but I'm going to keep driving even when he's tired, and I'm going to get the fine. Because if I sleep now, all the work that was done to try and sleep during the night and drive during the day, it'll all be undone. Then again, it was always going to be undone. Oh, I don't want to pull over to sleep. Not unless I can find somewhere on the way. If I can find somewhere on the way, then I'll do it. But otherwise, no. Not having it. Okay, so let's not make the same mistake and go around corners too fast. That feels a little too fast still, but not as bad. Oh, I heard the wheels slip then. Oof, no, that was too fast, okay. That's good to know for the future. When you're going around the corner, it's difficult. Obviously, I'm not in the truck, so I can't feel the G-force, but it looked like it was okay. But as soon as we straightened out, then we could see it wasn't. Okay, there's the services. No, we're not going to sleep. Not now. It's too early. We do want to sleep as late as possible, really. We've got 6 real-time minutes until we need to sleep. I just yawned as well. And I'm not even tired. Ooh. That was because I was reaching for my phone just so I can check it. Right then, come on, truck. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching my silly crash anyway. It was, yeah, stupidity. Stupidity is the only word. Stupidity, and I guess dangerous driving as well. Look at this. This is a nice bridge. Maybe we need a screenshot on the bridge. I've got absolutely no idea what I was talking about because I had to pause to take a call from work. Then I had to work for a little bit. Then I had to go to the vet for the cat, not me. And now I've come back and I've got no idea what I was talking about. Also, the game crashed, so I had to load a save, which means I've started on the bridge with no traffic from 0 miles an hour, which is why I'm so slow currently. Just building up speed again. Yeah, but this also means that I know for a fact the video is not coming out on Friday at 17 because it's 18:14 on Friday right now. So this video is now going to have to go out on Saturday. Very, very frustrating. It's been a really, really busy week at work. But we can now get on our way. Let's just get myself up to speed a little. I do need to bring Truckee up, but I need to bring Truckee up when I'm on a straight road. I don't want to do it on a curved road. Because after crashing once, I don't want to crash again. So I'm now a little panicky about it. Probably being overcautious. Which I shouldn't be because we need to get this job done. We've still got 96 miles and we need a rest in 45 minutes. We are coming off here though, so that gives me a chance to quickly open Truckee just as we pull off. So Glasgow and Carlisle are up ahead. Aberdeen to the left. So let's pull off here. And then when we get to the bottom, and as we now need a rest as well, I can have a quick look at the map and see if there is anywhere on the route for us to rest. So just pause there a second. That allows me to open Truckee. Then I can go into the map and have a quick look. Yeah, okay, so there's somewhere just round the corner. That's great news. So off we go. Should have really been indicating. Should also not have cut the corner, but that's because I've just been out driving. So I drive on the left because I live in Germany. So I was getting a little bit confused at that junction there about where I had to be. Oh, you must be joking. My cat has now come to see me. He wants to be let back in the house. I thought I was done with cats for today. It's the same cat I've just taken to the vet. I thought he would have wanted to be outside. We'll get to the rest stop and then I can go and lay him in. It shouldn't be far. No, it's not that far. It just looks further than it is. I think from now on what we're going to have to do is limit the load we take. 22 is clearly too heavy. We're going to have to look at taking lighter loads. We'll have to kind of work out what our limit is. Next time if we can find something about 18 tons, that would be good as a sort of a test. And then if that's easy we can try one that's about 20 and just kind of play to see what our limit is. In the meantime, I will also investigate whether getting a different transmission would be better. There is a 6-speed transmission, I think it was 6, That I think is going to be much better for heavy cargo loads, like basically crawling up hills. But I will do a check. I know you're tired, buddy. But 2 minutes. We'll be there. We won't be there in 2 minutes, but we'll be there shortly after. Services in 200 yards. Okay. Let's pull into here. And then, where is the rest spot? It is. You know what? We may as well fuel up while we're here as well. Parking brake on. Engine off. What's the engine off button? L. Right, let's fuel up. It won't take too long to get this fueled because it wasn't empty. Okay. And then we can just hop ourselves over here and have a rest. So, parking brake on, and lights off, engine off, rest. Now I will go and get that cat, and then we can finish this job. So, as we rested, we now have 0 minutes left on the job. We were supposed to deliver by 1940. Okay, so we're also going to get charged a penalty for being late. And I've now got that infuriating music, which I do hate it. There is one in here. There was a setting, I think. I'm sure there was a setting for this. Maybe it's just this. Yeah, there we go. So. Let's get going. So we are late. We're going to pay a penalty for the damage and a penalty for being late. This has been not a good episode, I have to say. We've got 5 minutes real time left. So we are going to be incredibly late. Oh, not a good day. Not a good day, I have to say. Let's get those high beams on. Do I have lights on the outside of the truck? I can't remember. I do, yes. I have these lovely... The ones at the top come on. Yeah. That's why I decided not to get a light bar, isn't it? Because we had so many lights, it wasn't really necessary. This video is also going to be a nightmare to edit. There's 2 parts, and there's lots of bits where I paused. It's so much easier if it's just a straight run from start to finish. Even if I have like a pause in it or something, it's just a lot easier. But there's not much I can do about it. Sometimes life just gets in the way. However, to avoid having to do videos lastminute.com, I will, tomorrow, record next Friday's episode. Tomorrow for me being the day that this episode comes out. But that will at least give me a bit of a buffer. I need to build up my buffer better. Garth Farms is the only one that actually had a buffer and is running smoothly because of it. But I'm coming to the end of that buffer as well. So I need to do a day, basically. A day of recording. where I can... This is too fast. To do a day of recording where I can get a couple of videos done for each series, so that I am then, you know, not rushing to get the videos done, because that's when I start getting anxious as well. I start getting I start not enjoying doing the videos. It's because I'm up against it all the time to get it finished on time. And as I'm now doing the videos in 4K, there's no extra work from my side, but the processing time is it's more than double, less than triple, but more than double. And that's for the video editing to render it, but then also uploading it. The files are massive, really massive. These videos at the moment I think are about 15 gig, so it takes ages for them to upload. So it's not even like I used to be able to, in 2 hours I could record, edit and upload an episode of this. But now, with the increased time for rendering and uploading, that's just not a possibility. So I need to be on the ball with the time. Now this looks like a hairpin, so let's not do this too fast. Oh yeah, I've just realised I've got high beams on and I've not been turning it off when other cars come near me. That's not good road etiquette. I should turn them off, especially when the Rozzers come. I'm literally driving straight at the police with the high beams on, blinding them, and they're not doing anything about it. There's no penalty for having your high beams on, but there is a penalty. I should turn it off. There is a penalty for not having your lights on at all. I think there should be a penalty for high beams when it's not appropriate. It's quite a light evening though, I have to say. Considering it is currently 2 o'clock in the morning, it is quite light. We're not far off now though. Truckee says 2 minutes. It's oh, let's slow down for that. Yeah, 14 miles, 24 minutes. It's about 2 minutes of real time. That's not bad. So, as painful as this journey has been, we are going to get some money. We are going to have discovered some roads. There was a point to this probably 45 minutes, I think, this episode. And I set out with the aim of having a shorter episode as well. That's not happening. I'm not doing very well with that either. But is it okay, these episodes being like 35, 40 minutes long? Because that's what I seem to usually hit. Even if I try for 45, for like 25, I just seem to end up being around 35 to 40. Is that okay, or is that too long? What does everyone think? And like I said, I've got a feeling this one's going to be 45. But when I have so many jumps, so many bits to cut out of the video, I can't really use my my recording time as a gauge. Like at the moment, this section, the first section of the video, I can't remember how long it was. This section is just coming up to 22 minutes, but I know I went to go and get the cat. I was messing around at the start, so it's not actually been 22 minutes of gameplay that I'm going to put in. So it can be quite difficult to measure it, really. Oh, thank you guys. That was very nice of them, especially as that's not actually what you're supposed to do. So, we are going to discover Aberdeen very soon. we are now. So close. So close. Here we go. Any second, I think. Aberdeen discovered. Oh, there's a Scania dealership. Would have preferred it if we didn't have to stop at the lights there, to be honest. Oh, come on, little truck. Let's keep going. Do I have anyone on there? Yeah. I've got another truck who's much faster than me. And another one. I am just a slow coach. So this is technically the wrong lane. But as long as no one's behind me, I can shift across. Nice and easy. There we go. And this is where we're going. Now, just because this journey has been such a nightmare and it's taken so long, I'm actually going to change things up a little bit today. Let's play it safe. Yes, let's do. Less experience points, but this has not been... to be honest, I just want to get this job and this recording over with at this point. It's been quite a painful one. Okay, parking brake on. Release the trailer and let's see the damage. Late, yeah, okay. Damage penalty, late penalty. Oh, look at that. That's not good. That's not good. Right. That is us done for today. That's the DLC I was talking about that I don't have. I think I'm going to have to get it. Yes, that's going to be it for today. Thank you if you have stuck with me all the way to the end of here. Thank you very much for watching my disaster all the way to the end. I will see you soon, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.